What's on my PC? Bam! Google Play Games. Bam! 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 Bam!
Or suffer. That man is my master. Let me call him what I will, unquote. I want to do that again to the incoming entrepreneurs. Says, the man who gives me employment, which I must have or suffer, that man is my master. Let me call him what I will. By English economist George Henry. First of all, those of us here, I know I have my professor here, so if I don't give accurate information, I'll be marked 0. I want to give you the definition of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. I've seen your work and everything when I was climbing up. And I know what you intend to do. But I personally believe that entrepreneur, I'm not taking it only from the book. I'm also taking it from the street and experience. An entrepreneur is the one who creates ideas. The one who creates ideas and takes risk to combine his ideas and other factors of production for business and services at a profit. Again, I quote, entrepreneur is the person who creates ideas and takes risk to combine his ideas and other factors of production for business and services at a profit. However, there are social entrepreneurs whose sole aim is to make changes in society without a desire for profit. Example is the olden days Florence Nightingale, a nurse. She sacrificed her life to make changes. We have such people who are also entrepreneurs. It is not only, or they are not motivated by only profit, but the sacrifices they give, the inventions they come up with to make social changes, also make them entrepreneurs. And we call them social entrepreneurs. We have serial entrepreneurs. We have lifestyle entrepreneurs. The serial and lifestyle entrepreneurs, their sole aim is to make money. Their sole aim is to make money. And now, I will limit myself to 3 areas of entrepreneurs. We have the creator, we have the builder, and we have the operator. The creator is the one who creates the ideas. He fantasizes ideas, come up with it, and sometimes they need the builders. For instance, I have been talking about building a World Trade Center, center of the world hotel right in the middle of the sea in Temple. I have visualized it, but to put it on paper, I will need a builder. And a builder, for instance, an architect, who will put my dreams that I've visualized on paper to become reality. So we have the builders who are also entrepreneurs. Then we have operators. After all this, you need people to buy into your idea. And these operators, you can call them the businessmen. The businessmen, they come out there, they see what you've done, they decide to take advantage of it and make money. So they are also operators. But I want to share my personal experience with you since we are yearning to become entrepreneurs. In this country, I know you've learned a lot in the classrooms, but I'm certain that there's one thing missing. What is missing? For you to succeed as an entrepreneur, the first thing you need to know in this country is changing of the mindset. If you change your mindset and you do things differently, the way we conduct our businesses, if you do it differently, you'll be an outstanding entrepreneur. Let me give you an example of the mindset. For instance, you're supposed to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, just as what has happened to me. If I knew I was coming here, I would have started the journey by 4 to make sure I get here exactly 6. In Ghana here, when they say 8 o'clock, it's 10. 10. So 2 hours late, I call 2 hours, productive hours that you've lost for the 8 hours that you are going to work. So anybody whose 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock will definitely make more money than a person who's, or an entrepreneur whose 8 o'clock is 10. So if your 8 a.m. is 8 a.m., at least you'll be able to do 2 hours before the Ghanaian time 8, which is 10. Again, the culture, the mindset comes with culture. The culture simply means you have hired about 4 or 5 workers. Some are going contrary to your rules, that you need to let them go. And the word is fire. You need to fire them. In this country, even when a person is caught that he's stolen an item from you and you need to fire him, then you have pastors coming into bed, chiefs coming into bed, politicians, your own business. When you fire somebody, politicians will call you to threaten you. These kind of cultures, if you succumb to it, you will not succeed. What I'm telling you here, you will not get it in the classroom, because it's our culture and our mindset. Whatever you learn, nobody tells you that when somebody makes a mistake or steal from you, you have to fire him and the pastor will not come and beg. You will not get all these things. You get all these things from personal experiences. So if you want to succeed in life, let your yes be yes and no be no. Make sure whatever business you are conducting, you apply all the business principles without favors. If you don't apply all business principles and you tend to do favors, I'm afraid you are just going to be one of them. I think most of you know me, and if those who don't know me have heard about me. Yeah, they always talk about Kenneth Japan because I do things differently. What I do differently is I make sure I apply business principles and no favors rendered to anybody. When it comes to business, no favors. But in my lifestyle, when I have made the money, the profit you can call, then I can do favors. When you're going to start your business, I'm advising you, even if, and young men and women here, listen carefully if you want to succeed. Even if you are traveling, just as I'm coming from America, and you meet a businessman who is called Jesus that we all don't know and we are worshiping. And that Jesus Christ tells you that he knows Ghana. Don't believe in him again. Because the businessman who knows Ghana has been definitely corrupted. So make sure you apply all your business principles to protect your interests. Because those who deceive you, those who will collapse your business, will come in the form of Christ. They look so calm, nice, decent. You give them chance and see. They will collapse your business completely. So make sure whatever you are doing, you go step by step. What is applicable, you let it go. If it is not, you take it aside. If not, here, they will collapse your business. 2, the culture again. If you are going to set up a business, make it a point not to employ relatives. Make it a point not to employ relatives. Your sister, your brother, your mother. Set them aside. Run your business. And when you make the money, take care of them. But if you set up the business and allow your relatives to manage it, I'm afraid the time will come that the whole family will gang up against you because you think you have the money and you don't want to share with the rest. So if you can, and you should, make sure you set aside your family and grow the business. It is very, very important. These are all part of the mindset and the culture that I'm talking about. But let me share my personal experience, my life experiences with you. When you see Ken, it symbolizes hope. When you see Ken, it means you wake up to hope. Because I was born and bred in a poor home where there was no hope. But I challenged myself and said to myself that one day I'm going to be somebody. And today I'm here with you. The young ones who want to be entrepreneurs and businessmen, you should first have a dream. Have a dream. And no myopic dreams. You shouldn't be a myopic thinker. Think big and begin to do things big. You should always challenge yourself. Fortunately, I have the dignitaries here, My Excellency. What they have done in Canada, trust me, Ghanaians who are there and comply with the systems are doing wonders. So challenge yourself that you can also be one of them. And sky should be your limit. You should always say to yourself, what any man has done on earth, I can do it too. And it's possible. This is how you begin to be a businessman. Look, when people are sleeping for 8 hours, 12 hours, I only sleep about 4 hours. I'll be looking at the ceiling and planning what I'm going to do the next day, the new business that I'm going to create. So all I'm saying is, if you want to be successful in life as a businessman or entrepreneur, you should always put in more hours than regular hours that we normally do. That is the only way you can make it. I'll give you a typical example. I was a taxi driver in New York. But even before being a taxi driver, I was working at a bakery and a gas station at the same time. In a week, I'm able to do 88 hours. Whereas those who had green card and American passports were working for 40 hours. 40 hours, they were making $250 a week, and I was making about $400. You see, because I put in more hours. So, if indeed you want to succeed in life and be a good entrepreneur, you have to sacrifice. Sacrifice, especially time. It is very, very important. And let me take you through this. First, Ghana here, it is very difficult to get capital. So how are you going to get capital? You cannot go to your brother and say that you have a vision, or you've thought of something you want to do, and therefore he should give you money. About 80% of your approach, you will not get results, because nobody will give you that money. So whatever you are doing now, if you are working, you should begin to save. So you should have ability to save. If you have ability to save, no matter how small your income is, make sure if you are not married, for instance, you save about 60% of your income. You should live with your parents so that you avoid rent. And the rent alone, if you set it aside as savings, you see how much you accumulate. This is the beginning of raising capital yourself. So you need to save. You have the ability to save to raise capital. Again, not only raising the capital, but you should have confidence in whatever dream you have. You should have confidence that it is possible. I'll be able to do it. I'm going to do it. And when you have this confidence, your savings, you begin to invest. Buying a couple of machines and starting your business small and growing it. If you start big, it depends on your capital. Sometimes, without experience, you might lose most of your investment. So you need to start small and grow the business. Again, perseverance. Perseverance, you will not get it from any of the books. Why? Because in Africa and Ghana, what we should bear in mind is, as any business, there will be challenges. Unfortunately for us in this country, when there are challenges, we attribute it to spiritualism. Then they begin to go and see a pastor to pray for them. They go and see Malam to pray for them. They go and accuse their grandmothers and grandfathers. You are the cause of my failure. All sorts of things. What you should bear in mind is, there is no smooth road anywhere. Whatever business you are going to start, there will be winding curves that you need to straighten it up yourself. And these are the challenges that you'll be confronted with. When it happens like that, don't attribute you to your grandmother at home. Don't go and consult a pastor, a malam, juju man. Sit down and ask, what have I done wrong? What do I need to do to grow my business? Sometimes, you set up a shop, especially the women. When they set up a shop, they leave it to their shop girls. And by 12, they are still at home, thinking the shop girls will do the right thing. First, the shop girls, even if she's not going to steal, her attitude towards customers is a put-off. Her attitude towards customers is a put-off. Because she doesn't know your struggle, how much you have spent or invested in the business. And all he knows is, at the end of the month, he will be paid or should be paid. So he doesn't care whether they buy it or not. Sometimes customers approach them and they frown their faces. Meanwhile, you know how much money you've invested in the business. So when you see a customer coming in, you approach him or her with a smile. That alone always influences their decision to come back to your shop, because they will say that, oh, this woman is very affable. But most of the women call themselves madam. They stay home till 12 p.m. before they go to their work. And when your business collapses, you go and consult a pastor. You go and consult a malam. I'm afraid that won't work. So if you want to grow the business, pay attention to it. Commit yourself. Now look, this is where I make my money, and I'm going to make sure the business succeeds. So perseverance, no matter the situation, you have to strike hard when the iron is hot. And trust me, there will be reward from your perseverance. You are insisting that, look, I'm going to make it differently. And nobody out there is going to make it for you except you that have dreamt of what you want to become in future. Again, hard work. You have to be hard work. Example I gave earlier that, those who work for 8 hours, you can choose to work 12 to 16 hours. 12 to 16 hours. The one who makes about 200 for 8 hours, if you put in more hours, you will make about 300. It means you have extra income of 100. That alone gives you a stronger purchasing power over others. And that purchasing power, the extra, can be your savings. And gradually, you accumulate enough and make sure that, you plow it back into the business. So hard work, hard work, hard work. Don't just go, even if you are working for somebody, try and look for 2 jobs. 8 hours here, 4 hours there. 8 hours income will take care of your bills and everything. And the 4 hours will be your savings. This is how, you begin to save, accumulate capital, and invest in business. Again, you have to be disciplined. Discipline in this country. If you are not disciplined in your business, you're going to lose. Discipline meaning some businessmen, when they see the money coming, they go to the coffers, take the money, they dip their hands into it, go and spend it elsewhere without thinking of the capital that they put in and the margins that they make out of it. All they see is money is coming. Then they begin to spend. If you don't restrict yourself, that is what I mean by discipline. You have to discipline yourself and make sure you control your expenditure. Some people begin to make money, and instead of plowing back the money into their business, they begin to buy luxury cars, luxury items for people to see that, yes, they have also arrived. You arrive temporarily, not permanently. Because what you could have put or invested to expand or grow the business, you use it in buying expensive cars, expensive clothes, the women and their bags, Chanel. And Chanel alone, about $4,000 or $5,000, you could plow it back into the business. Until such a time that you grow the business and you know that even if I take 5,000 out of it, it will not affect the business. So you have to be disciplined. And with that, if you are disciplined, hard work, perseverance, confidence, ability to save money, and your dream, you will definitely be a successful entrepreneur. Your time management. I've said you need to manage your time. Whatever you're going to do in business, you should always have a time there for you. You should know what you want to do. If not, your time is of essence to every venture you want to enter into. And therefore, I entreat each and every one here, the young men and women who wants to be entrepreneurs, to know that indeed it is possible. If it has happened to Kenya Japan, you should have confidence that it can be you too. But the road is not going to be smooth. There will be curves, but you should have patience and focus. You should always stay focused and do things differently from the way Ghanaians do their businesses. You know, these days, I'm vying to be a presidential candidate, and therefore some advice I'm not able to give you. If not, I'll be blunt as a businessman to tell you. And maybe let me try and frame the words and see if I can advise you. You know, I have always said to myself, a society with a bunch of ignorance, society with a bunch of ignorance, the few wise men succeed. Be among the few wise men. I repeat, a society with a bunch of ignorance. Be among a few wise men to succeed, and carry the ignorant along, and some of their ignorance will emulate you and change. Some of their ignorance will emulate you and change. Because you have a lot of ignorant workers, take advantage of that. Because if all of us are smart like Canadians, you have it tough. So you take advantage and change the people. And that, when I first came to America, that is how I behaved. I didn't let that impede whatever vision I had. I just challenged myself that, look, I'll carry these ignorance along. And some of them will emulate me and change. And I've done exactly that. Some have changed, they own their own businesses, and now that I'm campaigning, they are also helping. So it is possible. So if you are not writing, now write the points down. You know, when I was coming, I landed around 2, and I was trying to jot something down. Then my son and my nephew said, oh, we have your 10 cardinal points. I said, oh yeah, I said yes. Apparently they came to me in 2016 and they were asking for money. And I gave them the 10. They listed it. You'll be surprised that a medical doctor, he called the wife to look at the bedside. On top of it, he has it there, pasted. So he called the wife, and the wife took a picture and sent it to him. Apparently, they took the advice. My son and my nephew, they all have that. 10. I did not give them physical cash, but I gave them this 10 points. And surprisingly, they took my advice, and they are doing very well. So I know it might be tough, difficult. Even if you're coming from a poor home and you're a graduate, you have a vision. All you have to do is take any job. Take any job. Don't say that I'm a graduate and therefore I'm not good. Because these same graduates, when they go outside, they do menial jobs just to survive. You can do same here because you know what you want to do. And trust me, sky will be the limit. So I'm entreating young ones coming up who wants to be entrepreneurs to take their destiny into their own hands and stop believing in spiritualism and all those things. This kind of belief is impeding progress in Africa and especially Ghana. Again, if you want to succeed in life, never depend on government for your survival. Never depend on government for your survival. Because the pie is this big. 32 million people. Everybody wants a piece of this pie. How much are you going to get? So reliant on government, I know this. Government is not doing this. I know government has to create opportunities. let the systems work and create opportunities so that we can take advantage. But don't think the government is going to put food on your table or every day. You have to create it yourself. Take advantage of the system and be creative. Create ideas. And if you spend time thinking through what can be done, trust me, you'll be a better citizen than others. So I want to encourage you. I will end here. I don't want to bore you too much. And I'll give my number. Anybody who wants ideas how to start up a business, my door is open. Anytime you come, I'll share my ideas with you. And what is applicable to you, then you take it. So I want to say a big thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Please, you may take your seats. Now, for the young folks here, we have a saying now. We say that follow who know what? Follow who know road. Yes. If you follow somebody who don't know road, if you rush to make money, that one is also there. And that was said to us yesterday by another man who's been so helpful to all of us as you sharing his experiences with us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate Nana Dr. Michael Addo. He's joining us this evening also. Thank you, sir, for joining us. So we'll be having a short performance. Then after that, we get to do our award presentation. But I'm sure you've learned a lot from this presentation by Honorable Kennedy Ejapon. Now, I learned discipline. I think that's one of the things that as youth we lack. Discipline in every sphere of our lives. As I mentioned, when we are able to make a few coins from our businesses, and then we start to, look good as the guys doing chop. We don't want chop. We want to eat at the best restaurants in town, and then we are losing all our monies by the day. And he added something, and I think I mentioned that earlier before he even came in, that do not ever think to even get into business with your family. Did you like that one? Okay. So he said that, but I know I just went here. His family has been very helpful to him. So I said that those who want to marry can go to his family. For us as youth in our businesses, in our very young businesses, and also making sure that we apply the ethics. What we believe in, the ethics of work, we use that in our businesses, and we can thrive just as he has done. Once again, follow who know road. Oh. Follow who know road. Someone who's been there and done it. When he speaks to you, you will listen. Again, they say that the fewer, the merrier. Would have wished that this place would be full, but the little bit of us here should take this and apply it in our lives so that the next 2-3 years that we meet, we'll be the ones to say that we came for this conference and then we have had some great impact. And those who didn't come, the next time we will be speaking to them about our experiences, right? Yes, so please let's do that. Very soon we'll be having a performance by Otufo Owusu in Tiama, who's been teaching us to learn and love our country. But there's also one person that I need to acknowledge. I'm all the way from Germany. She is a sustainable manager with the PricewaterhouseCoopers. Put your hands together for Hadas Zaka. Hadas, let's see. Oh yeah, they want to see. Yeah, so there she is. Please put your hands together for her. Otufo, we're waiting for you so we can have. Okay, so please work on the tripod and then let's get it. But Prof, you've been seated here. Yesterday, someone asked me that all we've been hearing about, we're talking about Ghana business, but we also see people who leave the country and go to other places and thrive. And some say that's because of the mindset, as Honorable mentioned, that how serious some people are in other places. Greg, as Otufo is getting ready, come forward and share with us in a minute or two. In our lives to help us in our entrepreneurship, space.
I don't think you could get better advice than the advice you just got. Ethics, hard work, deferring success until you really have success. I was saying to my colleagues, Honorable Kennedy,
This is the man, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejiofor, MP for Asin Central. This man is a true son of our beloved country, Ghana.
We're very fortunate in our center to work with people who have mostly committed to the idea of being an entrepreneur, which already says a lot of things about them. And I would say the Canadian students we work with, the Ghanaian students we work with are exactly like that, dead even. I think there's advantages the Canadians have: access to capital, access to the United States as a market, various other advantages. But the Ghanaians are every bit as ambitious, every bit as bright, every bit as optimistic, and I think they're going to be every bit as successful. I've heard talk about the young generation in this country and whether they work hard or not. I've only been to Ghana once, and I've only met maybe 1,000 Ghanaian students, but every one of them I think has a fantastic chance of success in Ghana, in Canada, in New York, wherever they end up.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for Paul. Okay, let's move on and get to the awards presentation for this evening. And as I mentioned earlier, before we began, earlier today, we had a pitch competition. And so we'll be awarding those who came up tops, the first, the second, and also the third winners, or the second runners, I should say. First, that's the winner, the first runner-up, and the second runner-up. And also, there are some special categories that will be awarding also this series. So, Pink Crowd, who's going to help us do that? Prof will come back here. Oh, all of them. Okay, please put your hands together for my guests from Queen's University as they come up here to tell us who won what and who is going to get the award.
Thanks, Desmond. We're entrepreneurs. I had a long career in entrepreneurship before I started working at a university, and my colleagues are in private business and are also the people who built this center at Queen's from nothing. So they're entrepreneurs as well. And entrepreneurs like changing the rules and like doing things that they were told not to do or not doing things they were told to do. So there's actually going to be 5 prizes. As opposed to 1, 2, 3. And this is a small amount of money that we have to offer tonight. Whether or not it's just symbolic or whether it's impactful comes down to how you use it. Right? These are mostly very early stage companies, and if you listen to some of the advice you've heard here tonight, a little can go a long way. So we've chosen 5 ventures to receive 500 Canadian dollars each to help them with their little expenses along the way as they try to grow their businesses. And we've also divided the special prizes up among those same 5 ventures. We'll announce them one at a time, but I'm going to ask you one thing to remember as we read the prizes out. And I say this at every pitch competition. This is just a prize. It's not a judgment on your business. Only your customers can judge whether your business is going to be successful or not. We had 5 minutes to listen to you, and you had 5 minutes to answer our questions, and we're basing it entirely on that. So, what I'm going to ask you is, if you get a prize tonight, please, please, please do everything you can to prove us right, to prove that we made the right choice. And if you don't get a prize tonight, please do everything you can to prove us wrong, that you should have got a prize tonight. We're very, very happy with you with those outcomes. So, who's going to read out the first one? Do you want me to just carry on to the social media? No, you do it, Chloe. My colleague, Chloe Bishop.
Congratulations to all the pitchers, and thank you so much for the amazing pitches that you shared with us today. There's a lot of merit to each and every one of them. But I get the pleasure of announcing the first prize of $500 Canadian, as well as the special award for Best Innovation. And this will be awarded to Ecoplastics. Yes, so congratulations. We were incredibly impressed with the promise of the technology that you're developing and the proof of concept that you showed us. And we would definitely encourage you to consider a B2C model and pick a type of packaging that is very widely used and start there to grow your business. So the next awardee of $500, as well as the best female-founded venture, goes to Witty Jen. We are very impressed by how well researched you were in your understanding of the problem, and also that you started to prototype with wireframes. And we would just encourage you to get out there with your proof of concept, your prototype, and show it to youth as quickly as you can to get feedback.
The best award goes to the startup who demonstrated high sustainability capabilities. So it's the best startup in the sustainability space, and it goes to Timoya Farm. We want to tell you why your innovation is great. Yeah. So your startup addressed sustainability holistically. So not just providing highly nutritious rice, but also empowering farmers to be vertically integrating the value chain, and then creating more local production. So also, not spending carbon footprint on logistics and transportation, and providing income from families. That's amazing. Well done.
Okay, this next award is to go to the venture that contributes most to job creation or has the potential to contribute most to job creation. And this award goes to Debelisa 88 Ventures.
Now, patriotism starts when people in countries step out to demonstrate their love for their country.
If we really want to move this country, I want people who dream. 3 things that we have to keep. We need dreamers, we need thinkers, and we need doers. These 3 things. Our brother, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Patriotic citizens always ask, what can I do for my country? Instead of what can my...
The fifth, which is the last but not the least prize, is for $500 Canadian, as well as the social impact, greatest social impact. And that prize we're awarding to EMB Agri Limited. And a little bit of feedback. We thought your business, when it's successful, will positively impact a wide range of people. Like every good business is not just the owner. You're going to have a lot of employees, a lot of skilled employees operating this equipment. The farmers, small farmers who can't afford capital equipment, are going to have more productivity. They're going to be able to put more land into production. Their customers are going to benefit with better quality food at lower prices. So good for you and all the best.
So we are not going now. Before you go and sit down, we have a special present also to give to them. A special present to give to them. This dream wouldn't have been possible without getting the partnership from them and their support. It's been over years when we were dreaming of having this thing done to help address the youth unemployment situation that we are facing in the country. Reaching out to them has really been helping all these years, and I'm grateful to have this great partnership working with you to create jobs in the country. What we did was a piloting aspect of it, of which 1,000 people were being selected to go through the series of programs. And it's fascinating to know that all the costs being associated with their training has been incurred by them freely. So with the online learning and everything, in terms of the mentorship and everything, costs nothing. They have taken all their costs, of which they have invested millions of Canadian dollars into this. And today, too, happens to be, it wasn't just the millions of investments which they have done. We started 1,000 people. They went through a series of training, which I was saying that it costed not even $1, having invested millions of Canadian dollars. Notwithstanding they still have a cash prize also to give out. So let's continue to give them a hand for all what we have done. Queen's University happens to be the 3rd best university globally when it comes to the impact ranking. And this is one of the projects to which they are running also to help address the youth unemployment situation which we are facing in Ghana. And I'm grateful working with you all this while. So we have a great surprise. I know it is a surprise. We have a great surprise. So that first one will be going to our professor, which is the Technical Director of Queen's University, Prof. Greg Babington. We call upon our Honorable Kennedy Japan to come and do the presentation for him. Let's give him a hand of applause as he come and do this great presentation for him. Greg, I know when I started wearing this, you were also eager to have a smoke as well. And it is also a great surprise which we are giving you as you go to Canada, God willing, on Saturday. We have a good smoke also to give to you as a gift. So, we are going to check. Okay. Well, let's continue to clap for him. Let's continue to clap for him. Great. It has really been an honor. Where can we put Shell? Great. Okay, so let's continue to clap for him. He has really been doing amazing, supporting us all these years, and we're very much grateful for your support. We are very much grateful. We are really grateful. So the next person on the list goes to our senior manager, who is joining us from Germany. She also has been instrumental providing mentorship. Whilst Queen's University trains, she also assists with the mentoring aspect of it. PwC happens to be an advisory firm, and the senior manager for sustainability has accepted to provide mentorship. So whilst Queen's University trains, we have a Lido Incorporated, which is a network of Canadian business experts, who is also part of the partners for this project, and they have been doing instrumental. Hadas Zerka, we are very much grateful for your support. We have a great surprise for you. With that, we humbly invite our chairperson, Professor Morotus, Stephen Ade, to come and do that presentation for us. Let's continue to give him a hand as he comes out to do the presentation for us. We are very much grateful. We are very much grateful joining us in Ghana. We also have a special dress for you. Great. Oh, let's continue to clap for her. She has really been doing amazing. We are very much grateful. Let's continue to clap for them. They have really been helping us forward as well. The next presentation also goes to Joan, who also happens to be the Denis Deshpande Queen's Innovation Center at Queen's University. Joan, you have really been supportive throughout this project, and it has really been an honor working with you. So with that, we call upon Nana Dr. Mike Wado to come and do the presentation for us. Let's give him a hand as he comes upstage to do the presentation for us. Let's continue to clap for her. Nana, we are very much grateful to you. We are very much grateful. We are very much grateful. And the last to also receive a special surprise from us is Glory, who also happens to be the Denis Deshpande Queen's Innovation Center at Queen's University. With that, we will humbly invite the host university, our president of the school, Madame Joyce Ababio, to come and do the presentation for us. Let's give her a hand as she comes out to present the award to Glory for us. Let's continue to clap for her. All what you are seeing, this a very good edifice is hers. We really appreciate your support. Let's continue to clap for them. Let's continue to clap for them. So we are very much grateful to everyone as well. The great mentors. This very project, when we started with it, aside what Queen's University has been training, it was very much necessary for us to get a local mentors as well. And with that, the very people who have been very keen in supporting this very project from day one. One happens to be, we have Professor Rochus Demade. Let's also continue to have a Prof. We really appreciate your support on this well. We know with your support, we can really address the youth unemployment situation, which we plan on doing, and we'll continue to do more. Recently, we have trained 1,000 people. It was 1,000 people we piloted this project with. And going forward, it's going to be thousands of people because Queen's University has designed a very practical entrepreneurship training, which whoever who goes through the training can be able to set up jobs for themselves. We are walking the talk. We are walking the talk because whoever who goes through, we don't do anything theory. It is about assisting the youth of the country for them to be able to create jobs. What we see here today, or for all these past days, has to do with supporting the very youth to create jobs and those who also have their businesses to scale up. We really appreciate Prof. Ade for your support. And my father, my good friend, and he has been my everything, Nana Dr. Mike Wado. He has really been helping in terms of the rounds, everything which we have been doing. All the meetings, this very man, unless I don't call, he's ever ready to assist and to go with me. Every meetings, you see this man working with me to ministries, to high commissioners, everywhere. Let's continue to appreciate Nana Dr. Mike Wado for his support, He has been really helping throughout this project. We know we will be going far. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate Kingsley Pinkra. That's amazing from a young man as such. And so let's take the picture. So please hold that. Our photographers get ready. We'll take that together. When we're done, we have the winners joining. Okay. So the winners, please stand by. Let them take DS alone, and then they'll join you. So you can have that. Oh no, pick it up. Yeah. Yes, hold them. And pose for the cameras. Okay. Now let's have the winners join them. All 5 winners. Please put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. I was hearing more rice, more sobolo. Congratulations to all of you. Please, let's appreciate them. It's not easy. Job Creation Award, Best Female Startup Award, also Sustainability Award. No, you're very tall, so you go to the far end. Okay. And Ken, are you a photographer also? Okay, smile, cheese to the cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate them. Oh, Kingsley wants the. Okay, so please, all our dignitaries, please. This time I've joined us here. Let's take the pictures together with them. No space, they'll come before so we can have space, please. I understand that. Okay, yeah, okay, that works also. Wow, this is just amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for that. Thank you so much. Now you may resume your seats.
This is the man, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon, MP for Asin Central. This man is a true son of our beloved country, Ghana. Now, patriotism starts when people in country step out to demonstrate their love for their country.
If we really want to move this country, I want people who dream. 3 things that we have to keep. We need dreamers, we need thinkers, and we need doers. These 3 things. Our brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Patriotic citizens always ask, what can I do for my country? Instead of what can my country do for me?
Went to 37 military hospital and I said, I'm going to build ultra-modern cardiothoracic center for Ghana. I'm doing this for my country.
Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon has a track record, a good record that tells his commitment and dedication to help Ghana become a truly independent nation, a nation that produces for itself and creates opportunities for its citizenry, a nation where the youth are educated and guided to be proactive and productive. Yes, one day Ghana will be a better place when you and I work hard and smart alongside visionary leaders like Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon.
It's about time that we speak and criticize ourselves and make sure we change the destiny of the youth of this country. I live for you, so live for your brother too. That's the only way we can change the destiny of this country.
He has already started showing the way to be productive and dependent as a nation. Be patriotic, follow the vision. Honorable Kennedy Ejapon says, this is the time, and the time is now. Let's work together.
I said that to Ashe, when you went for Kennedy or here at Japan. I a friend a comprepon and Moniam. One a papaye, Nahumobro, Tima, Abadaye, and any ma, and she moon. A comprepon, Ghana to 4 hours.
Training brand and Wuboyo, and Yamagina Meka. The actual Bronco no party morning quayo, and no one send a Mekayo. Every is what you're saying. I tell Mono, a vegina water no more brosio. Nanya Patenting, cause I would on your coaching, we see you. Come to me, Obaya, Bemma Dianidio. Taran as you come to me, Obaya, Bemma Vincenzo. And bring me that, Jano. Oine Yanshawa.
Kennedy Yanshawa. Oine Yanshawa. Compremo Yanshawa. Kebebe.
Japon Yanshawa.
Kennedy Yanshawa. Oine Yanshawa. Compremo Yanshawa. Kebebe. Anyway, I said that to Ashe, when the Munamfo, Kennedy or here at Japan. I a friend of Pom Prepon and Munam. One a papaye, Nahumobro, Tima, Abadaye, and any Yima, and Shimuni. A Pom Prepon, Ghana to 4 hours.
Training brand and Wuboyo, and Yamagina Meka. The actual Bronco no car party morning quayo, and no one send a Meka. Every year's what you're saying. I tell Mono, a beginner what on the Umo Brosio. Nanya Patenting, cause I would on your coaching, we see you. Come to me, Ubayo, Bememe Dianidio. Saran as you come to me, Ubayo, Bemame Insunuio. And bring me that Jano.
Anyway, I said that to Ashe, when the Munamfo, Kennedy or here at Japan. I a friend of Pom Prepon and Munam. One a papaye, Nahumobro, Tima, Abadaye, and any Yima, and Shimuni. A Pom Prepon, Ghana to 4 hours.
Training brand and Wuboyo, and Yamagina Meka. The actual Bronco no car party morning quayo, and no one send a Meka. Every year's what you're saying. I tell Mono, a beginner what on the Umo Brosio. Nanya Patenting, cause I would on your coaching, we see you. Come to me, Ubayo, Bememe Dianidio. Saran as you come to me, Ubayo, Bememe Insunuio. And bring me that Jano. When we are away,